Hey, we've got a lot to get to today. First of all, I'm going to show you this new website in game to help you get your steps in every day. And then we've got a hot up-and-coming author here with a great book she's going to tell us about. And we're making not-so crab cakes.
It's like I'm seeing all the blue skies, and I'm walking on the air tonight. It feels so right, and I'm glad you're here. Glad you're here. Rebecca Rainier.
Welcome to Full Plate, just like the song says. I'm so glad you're here. My name's Rebecca Rainier. I want to tell you about a new product that I got a chance to test in the last few weeks, and it's called Walkadoo. You probably maybe have a Fitbit or a Jawbone or some sort of pebble. This is a pebble to help you count your steps. That's something that we're all kind of getting an idea that might help us. But the new thing that I got to test is called Walkadoo. Walkadoo is a game that syncs with your little Pebble device or Fitbit device, and it helps you get those steps in. We're taking a look at our walkadoo.com website. Essentially every day the website lets you know how good you're doing with your activities, and if you're kind of lagging behind, they'll send you a text. If you're doing a great job, they'll tell you great job. And you also make friends, so the Walkadoo is social. I'm going to tell you something, it's one of the first times that the data from these devices is combined with some extra motivation and some extra friends who are in it with you to try to get moving. Again, this is a Pebble, which is one of my favorite pedometer type devices because it's so little. I'm not always a fan of a wrist kind of thing. This is a fantastic way to get those steps counted. I'm going to show you the site one more time called Walkadoo. Walkadoo is, again, an online way to make that Fitbit or Pebble device or Jawbone or whatever it is you're using work a little bit better for you. When it do a good job, they say good job, and when you need to be motivated a little bit, it motivates you. So I highly recommend Walkadoo. Go online, take a look and see if you are maybe not maximizing the usage of those little devices, because sometimes they're like $100. You want to get the most out of them. This is a brand new way to do that. So thank you, Walkadoo, for letting me try it. I've been walking like crazy. All right, Lydia Netzer is here. We're switching gears here. I have the opportunity to have you on the show. You are New York Times darling. They love your books. She is an author of 2 romance novels, Lydia Netzer, and this is the one from 2012.
Yes.
It's called Shine, Shine, Shine. And the one that we have that we're really talking about today is How to Tell Toledo from the Night Sky. First of all, I always like to find out how people became novelists. How did you decide this is what I want to do?
Well, when I was a little girl, I was always writing stories and kind of pretend fantasy stories. And honestly, I mean, we all kind of like to create our own little universe that obeys our rules and where we can make people do what we say and nobody can argue. So that was the attraction, I guess, just playing God, just that,
Yeah,
you know.
sure.
But as I went on, reading was always really important to me. Growing up and as an adult, I read all the time. So writing a book that can speak to people and that you can communicate in that way has always seemed sort of like...
It's a dream come true,
yes,
I would think.
It's amazing.
The book that we're talking about today, How to Tell Toledo from the Night Sky, just came out this summer. And just among the other fantastic things about it, Entertainment Weekly calls the book a lovely summer Valentine. You must have just... Right?
That's cool, yeah.
That's very cool. And we also have a review from the Boston Globe. They loved this winning second novel, 2 flawed souls whose love is as quirky as is quirky. So there's quirky and quirky.
It's a little science with your romance.
We're also showing the website. So, you know, as we talk, if you're kind of interested in getting this book, you should. It's lydianetzer.blogspot.com. Okay, so let's get right to the book. This is a romance, and it's called How to Tell Toledo from the Night Sky. And give us kind of an idea what we're getting with this romance.
It's about 2 astronomers who meet and fall in love, only to find out that their mothers knew each other as children, purposefully gave birth to them at the same time, schemed and raised them separately to be soulmates, and then orchestrated their meeting.
And so the essential question in the book is...
What is love? Is it something that you rationally decide to do based on reason and logic and scheming and planning? Or is it destiny and a mysterious thing that just happens that you could never control?
So where do you fall?
Well, I don't know.
You're a scientist, so I mean, your husband's a scientist in real life.
Part of the reason that this I've been working on this story since 2001. I had the idea sitting in the living room of a friend's mom with my friend. We both had our babies playing on the floor, and they were 1 year old, and we were sort of musing like, oh, wouldn't it be cute if they got married?
Oh, so you're the mother in this story.
And then we could be in-laws
Okay.
together, and it would eliminate so much conflict in their marriage, and holidays would just be a blast.
We all get along.
Right. So
That's how it started.
in my predatory writer brain, I was kind of like, ooh, that would make an interesting novel. But it took me a long time. This has been 14 years ago.
Oh, wow.
But the story would never really let go of me. Like, I really couldn't put it away. And I think it's because I fell in love. Like, I experienced true love on the sidewalk instantaneously.
Really?
Yeah.
When you first saw your husband, you thought, that's
I
a
knew
guy.
I was going to marry that dude. He had no hope. There was no escaping me. And so, but yet I'm a very logical person. I like facts. I understand, 16th century emergence of the idea of romantic love and how it was kind of a construct. I get that. And yet, on the sidewalk in Chicago, I had sort of this thunderbolt experience.
Your eyes turned into stars.
This book is kind of like me trying to work that out.
All right, so I'm trying to think if it was love at first sight. It was pretty close to love at first sight, I would say, for my husband. I was 15
Ooh,
when I met my husband, yeah.
a very romantic age.
It was very, yes. You know what? People ask me why I fell in love with my husband. I said, well, because he read the same books I read, and he had a nice butt.
So there was some logic. A little logic, a little romance.
That was it. Those are the two things key to every relationship. So first off, before we kind of move away, what kind of response are you getting from readers with How to Tell Toledo from the Night Sky?
Well, there's a lot of like, what? Is Toledo really like that? Because in my book, Toledo is this magical scientific wonderland where astronomers and philosophers meet to discuss ideas. And actual Toledo does not have a Toledo Institute of Astronomy. There are no star cruises on the Maumee River that I know of, although there is an observatory.
Yes, there is an
at
observatory.
the University of Toledo. But so people have questions about.
So you made Toledo sort of what you needed it to be
Yes.
for this story.
There are narwhals in Lake Erie. People had to Google that. Like, is that really? Are there really narwhals? No, there aren't.
But that's fun though. That makes them kind of get into the whole, book.
You can
and-
let go of your questions because once you're in this world, it's kind of like, all right, let's just go with it. You know?
just suspend the disbelief and let's go forward.
Exactly.
So, and this book here, let's let people know you've got the first book is Shine, Shine, Shine. They're not connected.
No,
but
they're not.
But you have invented a genre,
Yes.
which is
sci-cry.
sci-cry.
Right. So it has a little science, it has a little romance, a little themes of motherhood, themes of death. There's some sad parts, there's some funny parts.
I love it. Now, I want to remind people that they need to go to your website. Your books are available wherever books are sold,
Yes.
Amazon, the bookstore,
Independent
all that kind of stuff.
bookstores, Amazon, wherever you buy books.
And when you go on her website, make sure you take a look at a post of hers that has had 1 million views, you told me, and it's called 15 Ways to Stay Married 15 Years. This thing went viral. It's fantastic advice. And one that I want to pick out real quick of the 15 things is everyone always says don't go to bed mad. And that is wrong. Go to bed mad.
In my opinion, sometimes at 2 o'clock in the morning when you've been fighting for 2 hours, you just need to go to bed.
Right.
Go to bed, sleep, get up, eat some pancakes, look at each other. A lot of times it's
You are less mad in the
Then you're
morning.
just kind of like, oh, whatever.
Exactly.
Let's just go.
So don't believe all the myths about marriage. Go to bed mad. It's fine.
If you
Every
have a
once in
choice
while.
to stop fighting, you should stop fighting. Like, should we keep fighting or stop? I
Go with
think
stop.
Stop. Yes. Bed is good.
Fantastic. So definitely go and read the 15 Ways to Stay Married 15 Years. I loved it. And
you.
millions of people have now loved
Thank
this.
you.
Again, How to Tell Toledo from the Night Sky is available right now in bookstores, online, wherever fine books are sold. Thank you so much, Lydia. And
Thank you for having me.
congratulations on your fantastic success.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
When we come back, we're going to cook not so crab cakes. Stay with us. I don't know.